Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Wow, how are you today? I hope that all is well with you. This is the first Saturday in May, and the garden is looking fantastic. It has been raining off and on for the past week, and so everything is green and lush, and definitely things are blooming, and you get to see a new look in the garden. It just has been wonderful. My husband has been very busy in cultivating and moving dirt around, and when I say dirt, the compost around the yard, and so things are looking good between mulching and composting and moving compost around. The garden has been really prepped for this gardening season. Things are just looking really good. The trees are leafing out. This maple tree is starting to show leaves here, and soon I will have a lot of privacy in the garden, and the garden will take on a secret garden look. But in the meantime, it's just looking very, very beautiful. The tulips are almost finished, but those that are here still are looking beautiful. A lot of the tulips got damaged from the rains, and the red tulips, my favorite. But the pink tulips have really held up nicely, as well as the yellow tulips here. And so we get a different look in the garden. This is very pretty. It's still cool. It's like in the high 40s, like 46, 47, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. And so things are, it's just cool. It's cool. But I think it's good for the tulips. The tulips appreciate the cool weather and cool nights. And I think some of the other perennials do not mind it so much. The cool weather crops love it. But next week it's going to be heating up here, so things are going to change. So let's just enjoy the way the garden looks for today, May 6th, 2023. On this side of the garden, things are really filling out. When I look down from the deck, it's just so beautiful. I love the tapestry of color and shape of leaves, especially the color green. This is when the color green is just emphasized, all of the different shades of green. And then there are variegation in the leaves. You can see the variegation in the variegated liatris, but also in the beautiful hostas. This is Sir Francis William hosta there, that's there in the center. And then there are some other hostas too that are similar. I don't know the names of them, I'm sorry. But then I also have some other shrubs, ground covers that are just beautiful. And then I love the stepping stones in the middle. And you can go deeper into this side garden with the stepping stones. It's just beautiful. I moved the owls down into the garden here. And they look happy in their new home. From this vantage point, you really get to see the beauty of the garden with the tulips and all of the new greenery that is coming in. Look at that grass. My husband cut the grass again, and it is just looking so beautiful in the morning light. It's like a carpet. It's lush, it's green. Oh, I just love it. I just love how these yellow tulips are just so mild. It just matches really great with the green. And then the bishopweed, the white variegated bishopweed with the pachysandra there, and the stems of the hydrangea, and also the bird bath with the rabbit over there. This just looks so nice. It's so calming. I really love this. Very meditative. You know, you get to meditate and really enjoy the peace in the garden. Can you hear the birds singing? I really love how this bed has developed with the yellow tulips and those orangey, yellowy tulips. It's just came out spectacular. Now these shrubs right here, that and the other one with the little yellow flowers, that's a woodland plant. It's a native of my garden, in this garden area, and I love it because it just gives enough yellow to accentuate the yellow of the tulips, but then also the purple sensation alliums are opening up, and I love how it contrasts the yellow and the purple. So soon the two of them are going to just look really good together here, that purple and the yellow. Also, the rhododendron is going to be purpley pink in nature and in coloring, and so it'll go really well with this yellow. I also love this this plant because it has a more chartreuse color. The green is good, and you can see it showing up against the leaves of the rhododendron versus the leaves of this plant. I'll try and see if I can find out the name of it. But it is a native to Massachusetts, and it's a woodland plant. I know that much. Check out this grass. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I love it as it leads into the path down there to the back garden. It's getting smaller and smaller, the path, as my husband digs out the curves and the edgings of the bed. Soon I think what we might do is put some stepping stones there, just so that we can keep a pathway that one can walk on. But I do love how the dirt contrasts to the green, and it really makes the beds look prominent. You know, it just accentuates the beds. Looks really, really good. And these tulips, let's get the last of these tulips and really enjoy them before they totally fade away. I've had to remove some of the blossoms because, as you can see, they're starting to die out. But they are so beautiful. I planted in some pansies here, the little white pansies. And he has definitely put in his impatience. So excited about planting them, and I'm so glad that I can inspire my husband to join me in the garden, even though sometimes we argue because I have to keep letting him know what I've planted in, and that he doesn't plant over them or dig them out. But it's something that we share, and I'm excited about that. Look at this beautiful tulip. I believe that these tulips are the tulips that I planted before in the past from Costco. And Costco tulips tend to be really good. I mean, they come back, especially these Darwin tulips. They return, and they just look really good. They're strong. Look at how my lilies, these are the Casablanca lilies. Look at them. They're coming up. I hope I'm going to have a really good showing with them. I have 2 patches there. Now this center thing, that's going to be a hibiscus. And I hope, you know, the perennial hibiscus right there, it doesn't show up just yet, but I'm just hoping that it will. I know it will. Well, I cut back my rose bush really, really hard. My Cornelia rose bush. It's a climbing rose, and this is what is left of it. I don't know if I'm gonna get any flowers this year for June. I'm kind of disappointed about that. I don't know, that whatever it was a hard frost. And but I love this connection here between the barberry and this lamiatris and the yellow flowers of the lamiatris. Isn't that a nice yellow? I love the yellow because it matches really well with the tulip yellow over there. It's really pretty. And that color just pulls the garden together nicely. Yeah, so back to this rose bush. Look at it. I had to cut it back really, really hard. But I see some new growth coming in there. So all is not lost, but it's just kind of disappointing though. And I also had to cut back the Eden climbing rose. But in the meantime, look at this. This is my perennial geranium. And they are starting to bud out. I'm going to have some nice little purpley pink flowers coming in. Along with the hosta here. It's looking so good. And this is my hydrangea. I don't see any flowers or buds coming on that, so I might not get any flowers. But the green will be good. You know, you just take what you can. Each year is so different. It's just really a different experience. Now, don't mind the back, the lattice. We're going to have to repaint that and change that up. But I just wanted to show you what has happened to my Eden climbing rose. I don't know if you can see this. Look at that. I've had to really cut it back. Wow. However, this gives me a better look at this garden corner. And one of the things that I'm excited about is that my, if you look there on the wall, on the lattice there, that is, that's growing there, that is a grapevine. Yeah. So that's filling out. It's in a little pot still. Down below here. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm going to do with it, but right now that's what's gonna cover this area, little grapevine. I definitely love this particular bed with the fruit trees. This is my food forest area. That's what I'm calling it, with the pear trees. They flowered so pretty this year, and the Asian pear tree, and even my apple tree. Really pretty. The peach tree, no flowers on the peach tree. But I love this, and I love that little bunny in the middle. My Casablanca lilies here are really growing tall. I believe that they're going to really show up in a spectacular way. Aren't these blossoms pretty? It's amazing how this bed has just filled out. Look at that. It's amazing. It was just a couple of months ago, in March, it was just bare earth pretty much with some shoots, and throughout April and now into the top of May, look at this. I'm just so impressed. You can see the different perennials coming up. And the self-seeding plants, I'm going to, of course, have to remove some of these things because they're kind of weedy. But in the meantime, they're just covering the ground. And I'm so happy to see it against the black earth. You know, I'm weeding as I go along, removing things that I don't want. But look at the fern coming up. That's lady's fern. That's from my mother's garden. And I have some lilies showing up here. Goat's beard. Of course, the hosta, the alliums. And some more fern. And over here, that is that hosta that's coming up. That's my elegance hosta. It's going to be big and beautiful. I just put that cage over it so I'll remember not to step on it. And anyone else who's coming over this area, they won't step on it too. I really love this little area with the trees. My tree right here is a plum. It's a Stanley plum tree. Hopefully I'll get plums this year. It blossomed really well. Last year it suffered from aphids and other bugs, but I did spray it again this year, and hopefully it will have plums. I'm really going to monitor it too and spray. But I do love these little pink tulips that are here in this bed, this area, this side. These pink tulips, I planted them a couple of years back, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and they have rebloomed. I think they've perennialized really well. I got these tulips from Costco. It's one of those Costco packages of tulips. And it just looks really pretty here with the purple from the naturalized violets that were here in the ground before, in the garden. When I came here, they were all over, and they sort of had disappeared, but now I am cultivating them, and I want them to be in the garden. And their leaves get really big, and they just look good, especially in the spring garden. That yellow plant, that is a euonymus, a ground cover style euonymus. And this is a native plant for here in Massachusetts. And I love the big leaves, so I allow it to grow. It just looks really pretty. Now I love what's happening here. I have here my herb, lemon balm, and I've allowed it to spread and grow here in this little walkway into the kitchen garden area. So this kitchen garden area is now officially, for me anyway, my herb and other plants that I'm going to put in there. I'm going to put the like the kale, the collard greens. I'm going to get some collard greens. I have cabbage. I'm going to put that in this garden here, and with the herbs that I have. So right now this is lemon balm, and I also have some mint that's going to be placed here. I'm going to put some sort of mint in this corner as well. But this is what it looks like. So let's walk this path here. I'm going to get some stepping stones too, because it's going to fill out. But this is what it looks like. Right here I planted some apple mint that I had before, and I put the violets in this space here. I had tried to plant some beets and so forth in this area last year, and it didn't really do well. But I did plant a little bit of an apple mint there, and it spread. So what I did was dig it up from the pathway, and I planted them in here. So this whole area will have this nice, I love the leaves. This reminds me, the apple mint reminds me of rabbit's ears. I don't know if I'm calling it right, but anyway, I love it. It's a little fuzzy, and it has that kind of texture that I think it will look good here. In this container, I planted seeds, different plants. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping that they'll grow up, and that it will help to block some of the other side there. Now this vine, I don't know what it is, but I've been fighting it, cutting it back, but I'm using it as a screen, a natural green screen. So in this square I have my kale that I overwintered, and I've been eating the shoots. But now I'm going to let them go to seed. I'm going to let them flower and go to seed. In this bed I also have my mints. You can see the peppermint growing here. I seeded in some of those microgreen plants or seeds here, and they're growing up as well. And then with this rack, I put some beans. Yesterday actually, I just planted in some snap peas so that it can then come up on the lattice here, the cage, and I'll be able to eat that. And then right here, this is carrots that I had planted last year and overwintered. So we'll see if they'll grow up, and we'll see what happens. If they flower, that would be fine with me because I love the flower of the carrots. And then if they seed, even better. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. Then right here, this is my chives and I love it. I planted these chives last year or the year before, and finally they've come back on their own. They look right. They look like they're going to have a lot of flowers. And these chives, the seeds, I got the seeds from the Dollar Tree seeds, the American seed company. And after 2 years, I think, yeah, they look like they're well established here. What I'm hoping is that they will continue to grow, and then what I'll do is I will transplant some of them around and just have chives like in the corners, this corner that, of this bed. And I'm just excited about that. Now, here I have also the blooms of my blueberry bush, and it looks like I'm going to have a lot of blueberries to eat, and I'm excited about that. Now this is my jewel garden bed, and it is looking fantastic. It's in a transitional period, but it looks good. It's coming out really nice. I like how everything is growing here, and it's starting to get its own coloring. It's just looking really good. The tulips are finished, and that's all right. But I have these astilbe that I had planted a long time ago. It's coming in, this color right here. And it looks so good with the tulips, as well as you can see the alliums. I think they're Globemaster alliums, or the large bulbs. It's going to look pretty here. And then I planted in some New Guinea sun patience, along with my little white petunias, and I seeded in here, right there. You see my little seedlings coming in. That is zinnias. My rose bush is coming back. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, my mother of pearl rose bush is coming back. I had to cut it back real hard. And then I love this. These tulips are from last year, and Costco tulips. They look good. And that Japanese maple is from my son. A couple of years back, he bought me the Japanese maple, and it looks good with the spirea. My little quick fire is leafing out nicely, as well as the oak leaf hydrangea up here. My sedum. Strawberries, look at that. Strawberries are coming in. Yeah, it looks good. So, this is what the garden looks like on this side. Here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. If you have not subscribed to Catherine's Garden and Home, what's keeping you back? Time for you to come and join my community here, and we can see my garden grow together. Yeah, I want to share it with you. So come and join, subscribe to Catherine's Garden and Home, hit the notification bell for more videos, and see you next time right here in Catherine's Garden and Home, where we Grow, 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 grow together. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.